Hello everybody and welcome back for some weekly VR news, where I recap everything going on in the VR industry, prepare you for this week's new VR game releases, and then focus in on a few major stories. Today's list is absolutely packed with new releases, a new full body tracking system from Sony, Quest version 47 updates, and much more to go over. Now there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Kiwi Design. Let's face it guys, your Quest 2 needs an elite strap. Why not get one with a battery pack? Kiwi has this amazing one. It's my absolute favorite. It's got this super plush top strap and back strap, making it extra comfy. It's way more durable than what you get from Meta and cheaper. Plus it's got a massive 6400 milliamp hour battery, which can give you 4+ hours of additional gaming. I highly recommend it guys. Go check out additional accessories from Kiwi Design. And don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support my channel. Okay, so let's start things off like normal with new releases. And there are quite a few dropping this week, but we also had 2 titles silently sneak in. The first game is Bridge Engineer VR. You'll have over 21 separate levels where you're required to engineer a bridge across several different challenging scenarios and then safely driving 13 separate vehicles across them. This looks to be a puzzle-based, quirky engineering sim that I'm sure some people will really enjoy. Now, keeping up with the whole simulation theme, our next title is Aquarist VR. Have you ever wanted a gigantic aquarium filled with exotic fish, but your wallet's telling you no and you don't want to deal with the hassle? Well, virtual reality has you covered here. In this title, you'll be running your own aquarium shop, fulfilling custom orders, decorating your own special aquariums, and also taking care of the exhibition hall. During all this though, don't forget to feed your fish and maintain their health and safety. Now, if you're not sure if this game's right for you, there is a free demo available on Steam right now. Now, we have 6 more VR game releases to go over for this week, but I'm going to move through them a little bit faster than normal because I just recently covered them in a December new VR games video. If you're curious about every title that's been officially announced for this month, I will include a link to that, and it will have some additional information on the games I'm about to go over. Now, first up is the story-driven action-adventure title Hubris, which features absolutely stunning graphics that easily compete with Half-Life Alyx, fully voice-acted characters and cutscenes, plenty of platforming, climbing, swimming, and excellent shooter action. I'll have a review up for this game later in the week, and I think you guys should be excited for this one. The next title, World War Toons Tank Arena, is a casual PvP shooter with easy-to-learn mechanics, fast-paced action, a high attention to balance, and a desire to just get you in game as fast as possible and have a lot of fun. There's definitely a huge market for fun casual VR shooters, but I'm just a little concerned about this game's overall longevity. Next up is the Quest port for Compound, a beloved retro PCVR roguelite. This title was in development for years, has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, recently received a slew of new updates, and the full version 1.0 release, and now it's finally being ported over to the Quest 2. If you have any interest in roguelite or retro shooters, do not sleep on this game. If you're looking for something different, Arcade Legends will allow you to build your own personal Dave & Buster's style store. Invest in classic arcade titles, build up your shop, and then invite your friends to play some games. There's tickets and prizes to win, plus plenty of casual fun. So if you're a fan of classic arcades and social games, this title's right up your alley. Now, if you enjoy puzzle titles, Linelight is being ported to the Quest 2. With movement as your only tool, this is a really simple game to get into, but its complexity branches out over time, and it becomes truly addictive. This was originally a highly reviewed flat screen title, and I'm sure Quest owners will find it equally as enjoyable. And the final new VR game release of this week is Gambit VR. I've probably mentioned this game in about 6 separate videos at this point, and this is the last time you'll need to hear me make comparisons to Borderlands, Left 4 Dead, and After the Fall. It's basically a combination of those 3 games with its own personal style and sense of crude humor. This 4-person co-op shooter is extremely fun to play with your friends, and there's plenty of replayability plus a PvP mode. Okay, so a new VR game release that I haven't mentioned before is Airline Flight Attendant Simulator. We just recently got a trailer and a December 15th release date. This is a consumer version of some professional VR training software. It's actually used by airlines and flight schools to help train the cabin crew. You'll learn how to handle safety equipment and respond during extreme conditions, such as a slow or rapid depressurization, an in-flight fire, an emergency landing, and even ditching the vehicle on sea. A high level of immersion and realism is guaranteed, so if that sounds like something you're interested, go check out this game when it releases on December 15th. Now, that's not it for game news just yet, because we also have plenty of new updates. First up is some free holiday-themed DLC from Mothergunship Forged. There's a new custom game mode that allows you to turn off various modifiers, 16 new winter-themed gun parts. There's now a suspend run option, which allows you to go back to HQ and continue your ongoing mission later. And additionally, there's a large assortment of smaller updates and bug fixes. If you've never played this game, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic new take on the roguelite wave shooter, and I still turn this game on every once in a while when I have nothing new to play. Speaking of VR games that I turn on every once in a while, Beat Saber is currently running a massive sale, and all tracks are 99 cents until December 6th. So if there's any specific songs you've been holding out for, well, you have one day left to pick them up at half price. Now, we also got an update to the upcoming fantasy sci-fi 1v1 PvP title Divine Duel. The Quest beta is coming in 2023, and this game will be free to play. Imagine Blast On, Broken Edge, and a MOBA title had a baby, and you'd get Divine Duel. You'll choose your own unique Celestial to battle with, select from over 40 exciting weapons, spells, and summons. You'll get to level up and unlock new boosts for your character, and experiment with your loadout to become as lethal as possible. I'm definitely a fan of similar titles like Blast On and Broken Edge, and with this game coming as free to play, I'm extremely intrigued now. Now, since we mentioned Blast On, it's the perfect time to go over the fact that Resolution Games has their own upcoming showcase on December 15th. This studio has already given us plenty of amazing titles like Demeo, Ultimex, Blast On, Cook Out a Sandwich Tale, and apparently they have plenty of new updates on the way for us, and even a brand new game. I love just about every single game they make, and can't wait to see what this one's gonna be. And if this video hasn't included enough new games for you, we also have the Upload VR Winter 2022 showcase coming on December 7th. I personally know one exciting game that's getting announced, and the developer of my most anticipated VR title, Vertigo 2, stated that we're getting a new trailer and official release date. Fingers crossed the game is releasing this year, and I really hope Upload VR has some additional surprises for us. Speaking of surprises, a Battlefront 2 VR mod is currently in the works. This isn't yet another Contractors mod. This would be a VR playable version of EA's 2017 title. The developer is currently accepting alpha testers, so I'll include a link down in the description if you want to try and join. Okay, so that finally concludes all of our game news, and let's move into the Quest version 47 updates. Let's start with some new features that are exclusive to the Quest Pro, because after all, we spent $1,500 on this headset, and software-wise, it should at least be a bit better than the Quest 2. Now, if you wanted to use the Quest Pro for AR content creation, you had one major hurdle to overcome. By default, the Quest Pro would not record anything through the pass-through cameras. Now, there were a few ways to get around this, but overall, it was an unnecessary burden. Well, starting in version 47, this has been changed, and you can now use your pass-through cameras to record the world around you. Now, that may be a bit of a security concern for some individuals, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole right now. Additionally, Quest Pro owners will get the ability to play background music as a secondary app while they're running something else. It's definitely a neat feature that a lot of people have been requesting, but I would love to see much bigger changes implemented for the Quest Pro platform. Now, owners of both the Quest 2 and Quest Pro will have their shadow style hand tracking replaced by their official meta avatar, which goes along with the new mirror system, which will help you easily change how you appear to other players. Also, just in time for the holidays, you can now make a public wish list of games. So if you have friends or family that may be shopping for a gift for you, making all those Quest 2 games that you want publicly available might make things a lot easier for them. And finally, the Meta phone application is getting some much needed UI changes. As it currently stands, it's not the easiest to navigate, and Meta is looking to change that. There's more emphasis now on your friends list, so you can quickly see what they're up to and join them in game, and it should be easier to find all the headset settings you're looking for. Now, I've also heard that version 47 corrects the Wi-Fi streaming issues found on the Quest Pro, but I am yet to confirm this. Now, a lot of the focus tends to be on Meta, but there's still stuff going on for both Pico and Sony, and right now you can grab the Sidequest application for your Pico 4. If you're not familiar with Sidequest, it's a third-party app store with plenty of amazing software to be found. Having their official app that allows you to browse for new games just makes things so much more convenient, and I hope all of the unique titles available there make their way onto the Pico 4. And finally, Sony has surprised us with a cheaper full-body tracking system called Mocopi. It's comprised of 6 extremely lightweight trackers that you attach to your head, hip, wrist, and ankles. The data can be captured by an iOS, Android, or PC application, and it can then be used to provide motion capture information or full body tracking in titles like VR Chat. The entire system will be $360, making it much cheaper than Vive trackers, and it won't require external base stations. Now, there's no information available right now as to if this will work with the PlayStation VR 2, or even why Sony decided to release this product, but we should find out some additional information when it officially releases in Japan this January 2023. Now, I'm personally a big fan of full body tracking, but it currently has a lot of hurdles, and based on how this technology actually performs, it could be a good step forward. Now, that was today's episode of the Weekly VR News. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and as always, I'll see you guys on next time.